Hello, 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 everybody. How you doing? How you doing? It's Friday. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me real good. I'm riding down the street. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me real good. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. One, 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 one. I need to make sure you can hear me. Please like this video and please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Good. You can hear me. I'm on my break, so I'm not going to hold you long. But anyhow, uh, please, ladies and gentlemen, I know you mean well. Some of you mean well, some of you don't. But please stop. Stop for the love of God. Stop sending, posting comments. Stop texting me. Stop emailing me, telling me what I should say, what I shouldn't say, how I should feel, what I shouldn't feel, what I should think, what I shouldn't think. You were not the one that all of this happened to. You don't have a right to tell me what my response should be to all of the stuff that has happened to me. I decide that. And don't stop trying to put the spiritual spin on, well, God is going to vindicate you. God is going to do this. God is going to do that. Me and God didn't talk. I talk to God for myself. I don't need you to tell me what the thus saith the Lord. I know what God says. Been knowing God for a mighty long time. I'm 54 years old, so I'm pretty well acquainted with the good Lord above. So I don't. I'm good. I'm good on that. I appreciate it, but trust me. Uh, when I say I've been, I think I've said this a few times. I got this. I am the one. I am the one who had these people calling my places of employment. I am the one who had these people putting my house on the internet. I am the one who had their children put on the internet. I am the one who had their mother recorded and played on YouTube. Their elderly mother, who was in the beginning stages of dementia before she passed away. I'm the one who had people saying that they prayed for my daddy to die. I'm the one who they prayed that my dog would die. I'm the one who went through that. So unless you've had those things happen to you, I really don't want you offering your opinion to me of how I should respond to people like that, because you have not dealt with that. I did. So, uh, yeah, until you've gone through that, like I have, please refrain from telling me what I should do and how I should do it. You have the benefit of sitting on the sideline and watching all of this go down. Nobody has done this to you. You go to sleep at night, you haven't had to deal with this. I went to bed dealing with it. I woke up dealing with it all day, every day for 4.5 years. So, yeah. So when I clap back, I have a right to clap back. I have a right to defend myself against people harassing me. I have a right to speak up on when people who have been dirty and low down to me and they reaping the whirlwind of their dirty deeds. Yeah, do I rejoice in it? No, I don't rejoice in anybody going through anything bad. I don't, because it takes too much energy that I'm not willing to waste on anyone or anything. But whenever I say you reap what you sow, yes, you reap what you sow, and that's very true. You reap what you sow. If you dirty and low down to people, you reap it. And but do I celebrate? Yeah, I'm glad they're getting what? No, 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 no. No, I don't care that much. I really, really don't. I really don't care that much to be celebrating anybody's Can everybody hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? I'm sure you can hear me now. Can everybody hear me now? Can everybody? You should be able to hear me pretty good now. Okay, good. So anyway, what I was saying is you can't cry bloody murder when you've done people wrong and it's your turn to reap everything that you've done to other people. That is reaping and sowing. That is just how life works. You reap whatever you sow, you're going to reap it back. So you can't be out here crying, threatening to sue people when you've exposed people for being gay, and now your love affairs and your sexual escapades and your homosexuality is now being put on Front Street. You cannot get in your feelings because now your homosexuality is out here. And when you accuse people of stealing money and misappropriating funds, and now all of that has been exposed about you, you can't get in your feelings. And when you've had people out here windmilling for you, and all the people that you were paying to do your dirty work are now turning against you or are now talking about what they did for you, and it's on audio. And when you talk about arranged marriages that you set up, which is a felony, by the way, you can't get in your feelings now and all of a sudden, oh, I'm taking legal action. No, okay, you go to court if you want to. There's audio of you out here saying that you paid X amount of dollars for somebody to marry your cousin. You know, there's audio of you admitting that, and that's a felony. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine. So you go right ahead and you sue somebody, and then they produce this evidence showing that you arranged the marriage fraudulently. You're going to go to prison for 5 years, and you're going to face a $250,000 fine. And your cousin is also going to go to prison 5 years, $250,000 fine. So you go right ahead with your silly self, and you do that, and see what you get. Because it ain't going to end well for you. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to end well for you at all. It's not going to end well for you at all. So you go out here and you sue people, or you try to sue people, or, oh boy, you talking about, they said this about me, they said that about me. Okay, you go right ahead. I'm just telling you, you better think. You better think. And stop telling me what I should and shouldn't say. These bastards harassed me night and day for 4.5 years. I have a right to speak my mind about them. I have a right to defend myself against them. They punching me in the face, and then I'm supposed to sit on my hands and just take me and hit in the face left and right. Oh, Daryl, you got to be the bigger person. No, you be the bigger person. They are not harassing you. They harassed me. I have a right to fight back. You should be able to hear me just fine. You should be able to hear me just fine. You should be able to hear me just fine. I know, because I cut the call. So you should be able to hear me just fine. So anyway, my whole thing is this. You cannot sit back and tell me how to feel and what to do when it wasn't you that it happened to. I have a right to defend myself. I have a right to comment. And these people are getting back everything. Everybody is getting back what they put out. All these people that were on Larry Reid's payroll, now that he's been exposed, the money is drying up. They're going to have to go out and get a job and take care of themselves. When Vincent Hill came out and said what he said, and Lester Pelter came out and said what he said, and you still dumb enough to give him money, that's on you. And he'd be a fool not to take your money. If you dumb enough to give him money, he'd be a fool not to take it. But I will say this, and I'll say this on the mountaintop. Me and the rest of the A team have been saying this for years. What they confirmed? He's gay. He's been misappropriating funds. So what else is new? What else is new? As far as the HIV piece, that's what he said, she said. But if somebody goes to court, those medical records are going to come into play. Raleigh, North Carolina's medical records are going to come into play. Those records are going to be subpoenaed. Then the whole world's going to know once and for all what's going on. Once and for all, those records are going to be brought into play. And I'm going to say this. You decide what you think. You decide. You decide. You decide, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody has to, if you Google skin lesions, HIV, and you look up what you see on the internet and you compare it to this, you tell me. Nobody has to try to persuade you one way or the other. You just look for yourself. You just look for yourself. Yeah. Skin lesions on the face, around the mouth, on the head, the chest, the shoulder, on the knee, on the legs. That's why you see them online with long shirts, in my opinion, and it's my opinion. People have said that they saw the medication. Lester said he saw the medication that he was taking. So I didn't say it. Lester said it. He saw the medicine. Lester has come out here and said that he was purchased PrEP by Larry Reid. So you do your own thinking. Don't listen to me. Do your own thinking. Go look. I mean, look for yourself. I don't have to say this thing. I don't have to say nothing. I don't have to say nothing. The evidence is there. Do your own research. Do your own research on him. He can come out here and he can say, "Oh well, I'm not gay. I'm not this. I'm not that." But then he goes on Conscious TV's platform and he says that, and he tries to halfway admit that he's had sex with Vincent Hill. Oh, I told you. I remember I told you about the situation. What me and Vincent did. He's trying to soften the blow. He's not going to come out and admit to a full 13-year relationship. So he admits that him and Vincent may have done something once or twice. Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, he had sex with Vincent for 4 times a year. Over 13 years, that's what? 13 times 4, 12, carry the 1. So he'd have at least had sex 52 times with Vincent over the span of 13 years. If he only had sex 4 times a year for 13 years, that's a minimum of 52 times. So you just think about that. So him coming out saying, I was with Vincent. Okay, you was with Vincent. So if you lied about having sex with Vincent, and then the 3 accusers said what they said, and then Lester Peltier said he had a sexual relationship with Larry Reid for a year. So there's a lot of people. Then other people that have not even come forward yet. that will be coming forward. So you do your own thinking. You look at how much weight he's dropped. You look at how sickly he looks. You look at the fact that people have come forward that were in relationships, physical relationships with him, that have said that they saw the medication that he was taking in his HIV medication. You do your own thinking. This is not me talking. This is what those people said. I don't know when Vincent's going to do his interview. That is totally up to Vincent Hill. But what I do know, Vincent Hill didn't hide anything. He freely admitted that he had a 13-year relationship with the man. And he admitted that they were living the high life off the financial donations of people that were contributing to the MBN network, which is a nonprofit, and that is illegal. They were eating, he said, sleeping in the best hotels and eating the finest food off the donations of people that were contributing to the MBN network. And he has Larry Reid on audio recording admitting to his part in the arranged marriage between Lester and Latrice. And Latrice is the ex-wife of Shamako. Shamako is the person that officiated the arranged marriage between his ex-wife Latrice and Lester. And we've seen a copy of the marriage license that is registered in Fulton County, Georgia. He's the wedding officiant. He officiated the wedding between his ex-wife and Lester. And we know arranged marriages because I have put it up. And I'm going to help you again, ladies and gentlemen. Let me help you again so that you know I don't just come out here talking. I just want you to know that, read that. Read that while I'm talking. Just read that. Marriage fraud. Marriage fraud. Marriage fraud. 5 years imprisonment and a $250,000 fine for any individual who knowingly enters into a marriage for the purpose of evading any provisions of the immigration laws. 5 years imprisonment and a $250,000 fine. So Larry Reid admitted, he admitted that he helped facilitate an arranged marriage. So he admitted to committing a felony. He admitted to getting his cousin to marry Lester, who was his lover, so that the man could stay in the country. 5 years imprisonment for him, 5 years imprisonment for Latrice, $250,000 fine for him, $250,000 fine for Latrice. That's $250,000 fine for each one of them. Lester already said he wants to go back to his home country anyway. So all the thing they do is deport him. So you figure it out. You do the math. See, misappropriation of funds, that's one thing. Not paying taxes, they look at stuff like that. You report them, they look at it. Person accuse you of molesting children, that's one thing. Person accuse you of infecting them with HIV, that's one thing. Because they have to prove that you gave them HIV. Because in knowing that you have HIV and giving it to somebody is a felony. You can go to prison for that. If you have any STD and you know it, and then you go out here and have unprotected sex, and we already have information where you refuse to use condoms. But that's another thing. But what this right here, we have you on audio, your voice, Larry Reid's voice, saying that he arranged the marriage. That is a felony. He is admitting on audio that he
set up committed a felony. That's 5 years in prison and $250,000 fine. Now, what are we supposed to do with that? Are we supposed to, oh, God's going to handle that there. You need to let that go there. Uh, Turn the other cheek. You're the bigger person, no. No. What we're going to do is put that joke in handcuffs. That's what we're going to do. That's what Daryl's going to do. All the people this man is hurt that you know about. We don't even know about the others that have been hurt, that are suffering the silence because they're afraid to speak out. So if Daryl Moore gets any legal documents at his mailbox for any reason pertaining to Larry Reed, I feel so led by the Spirit to contact immigration and play that and give him a copy of that audio of him talking in his voice saying that he arranged for a marriage. So when the feds come kick his door in, because he likes to brag that he lives in Carter B's house, and we know the address of two places he got in California, the place in Miami, the place in Charlotte, and the places he got in Atlanta. We know all the addresses. We know all them addresses. No, nothing's covering my mic. You just have to go out and come back in. Please do that. Just go out and come back in. So we know that. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact. Him on audio saying that he arranged a marriage. He arranged a marriage. Paid somebody to marry the soccer player. That's a felony. I'm going to say it again. 5 years in prison. I'm going to take this off so I can get out. I got to go. 5 years in prison. $250,000 fine. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine for arranging a marriage. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine. Ain't no way out of this one. You can do all the interviews you want. You can go to LA and do Armand Wiggins interviews you want. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine. That's what you're facing. That's not counting the misappropriation of funds, because when Vincent said that y'all slept in the best hotels and ate the best food off the donations of people that were donating to the Indian Network, which is a non-profit, and according to court records from other cases where you were sued, said that the Indian Network was a non-profit. It was, you stated that was a non-profit. That you have yet to produce your Form 990 for. Many people have requested. I've requested this multiple times. Anyway. But anyway, you got not to worry about that. Because you admitted on audio that you committed a felony. 5 years in prison, and you ain't built for jail. You're not built for jail. 5 years in prison, $250,000 fine. That's all I'm gonna say to you. You can laugh and brag about how you were hiding out when Lamore Whitehead was trying to serve you with that $20 million lawsuit. You can laugh and brag about how you snitched on him to the Fed. But now guess what? The Feds is looking for you. The Feds are looking for you. Your nonprofit. You committing a felony. So I'm gonna go in here and get me a cigar and get me something. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick. Yeah, that Taruma or arugula or whatever he's calling. $5,000 for some bread, though. Lot of bad health situations going on around here. Anybody messing with Larry Reed, I strongly suggest you get to a doctor or a health department immediately and get tested. I'm not saying he got nothing, because I don't know. But it seems very suspect. And to be on the safe side, you need to be tested. That's all I'm going to say. It would behoove you to get tested. It would behoove you. And if y'all please do me a favor. Y'all please do me a favor, y'all. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. You know what I mean? If you feel led by the Spirit, I just take a take at the bottom. Please bless. Cash out the Zelle, the Venmo, PayPal, whatever. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go in here and get me another cigar because I really do see that's right. And I'm going to go back to work because it's Friday and I'm going to relax this weekend and enjoy myself and do script writing and watch the movie. Y'all be good and I'll be back sometime this weekend. Because I'm sure somebody's going to drop a video and they're going to say something stupid. And we'll have something to talk about. Love you.